All right, guys, thanks for hanging with us. We're going to do some build stuff. We were meant to do Zerg with the first one. Eon Blue said, "Oh, I'm here earlier," but oh, oh yeah, of course he can play Protoss versus me. Okay, cool. Why don't we do Lurker drop versus Protoss to start, shall we? Oh, it's going to be pretty laggy for him. It'll be quite laggy. Thank you. He says it doesn't matter. I'm playing Protoss. Oh. All right, guys. So we're going to start with Lurker drop ZvP. Now, this is one of those things which I love doing, and I've always been so just fucking haphazard in the way that I execute it, where it's, you know, it's just, it's... Sorry, that music's really fucking loud here. Hold on. There we go. I've been really disorganized with how I execute it, and I've never come up with a clean, clear system for kind of, oh, this is how we get there. Good luck, good luck. He says he's only got like an hour? No problem. That's about how long we probably want to spend on each build anyway. Depending on how we go. Oh, okay. So basically, we're just going to try and see what we can do. Not a big fan of tasteful. What does that mean? Alright. Thank you everybody for the help. We are going to be trying to design a Lurker drop build. And I mean, Lurkers are just an expensive unit to rush out. And we've got to think, how can I stay safe? You know, obviously Lurkers are an incredibly powerful defensive tool that can stop frontal pushes, but they can't stop harassment. They're not going to stop oracles shading past. Depth shading past. They're not going to stop oracles diving into mineral lines. So, depending on how the Protoss player plays, I imagine we're going to be looking at drastically different, you know, reactions within any build order. Let's see. Is there a Probius down here? There is not. Cool. All right, so we can just double check for a cannon rush and then come out front. First overlord, of course, we're going to follow our normal scouting pattern. So let's start with a normal build order, and let's go for this. Now, obviously, you could do a kind of cheesy Lurker drop rush. The problem here is I am trying to design this for a high-level play to the point where it can't just be counted. Now, don't get me wrong. I think up to a pretty fucking high level, you could literally just rush Lurker drop, get in there, and people go, I'm dead. The thing is, even if you surprise someone at a high enough level, they're going to have the presence to simply run their shit away, wait for detection, and only then fight it, right? You know, the real way to counter an invisible unit you can't fight is to not fucking stand your workers in range of its spines, which I have noticed in the past, a lot of people don't do that. So we're going to have to try and see exactly kind of how that one plays out, where I want to balance having an economy with it. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean I'm going to, like, literally just do the most standard macro build and hit a 9-minute Lurker drop when my opponent's at 180 supply. Fuck that. That's also so lacking any sharp, pointed timing that you're giving up a lot of your chance of actually doing great damage. So that also does not fit my idea of what I want to achieve with this. I do want to be getting a big reaction. I do want to maximize my chances of doing good damage, but I want to find some balance of kind of, you know, what I'm expecting out of it, I guess. You know, let's give myself a chance to big damage, but let's not go like, let's just hit as fast as possible and hope these two Lurkers win the game because I got fucking nothing behind it. Let's find a balance. All right, so we already see here that he is being what we call a douche. And trying to get rid of that. That's fine. The Lings, of course, will scout.
Under attack. Just go kill them.
Where other thing failed. And we see it as a Stargate. Good to know. Cool. So now we can start that. Because there's been only a Stalker. Was there a unit building? There was a unit building when we ran past. If there wasn't a unit building, we would have built a bunch of Lings right now. Now, obviously, we need Hydra Den, then Lurker Den, and then Hydra's in position. So one of the big problems I used to make when I was trying to rush this build out is I would actually
complete. Your Zerg claws now have sharper veneers.
I would rush the Lurker down in the drop tech overlords, and then I just like wouldn't even be able to get Hydras across the map in time. And I was like, oh, okay, that's actually not how we want to do this, I guess.
Your forces are under attack.
So we don't know exactly what he's building. So we're going to try and just put some scouts out. And we'll see if we can come through with that. And there we go.
You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro.
So we want to go lair now. You want to go roach horn, standard defensive structures. And we can go, okay,
You can't build there.
get that out.
Your forces are under attack.
And we see more oracles building. So more oracles means we can afford to build one more queen. Put guys on gas there.
Your drones.
Oh, fuck. Didn't realize I'd already put those on. Okay. So we're feeling pretty good about the opening here. We want to go straight Hydra Den. Let's also bam, bam, send those into position. And let's also send those into position. Now we want to delay upgrades. That's like one of those things where it's just like, well, obviously we want to delay upgrades, right?
Your queen's ready to vomit.
We're building roaches for safety because we don't know what the follow-up is. Now we've got good map vision, but there could be an Archon drop. There could be charge lots, right? Come on. Hydra Den.
You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. You're under attack. Just go kill them.
Now, I don't think there was a Phoenix, but I'm not actually sure. Okay. And because there was some pressure there, we do need to be careful.
Your forces are under attack.
Ah, fuck.
Evolution complete.
Okay. So, yeah, as long as you get that stuff, I think you should be good, right? Do we have the Overlord speed on the way? We do. It's finished now. Okay, awesome.
You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Queen complete, ready to creep. You're under attack. Under attack. Evolution.
So we're gonna hit an 8-minute Lurker drop.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack. Mineral field depleted. You're under attack. Just go kill them. forces are under attack. Mineral field empty. Sacrifice those workers to free up supply.
Oh, cleared them all up. Obviously was expecting it, so, you know, that happens. But that's cool. So you can hit like a 4-prong drop there. Now, obviously, if he was pushing me on the ground, that probably would have been really screwed up, right? Because I would need to make a lot more roaches and stuff. So I need to remember to get an Overseer Scout in there as well next time to kind of make sure of that, right?
Your drones are under attack. Mineral field. You're being attacked. Under attack. Don't forget to macro.
How do I keep getting too many dudes up there, I swear.
Mutation complete.
Okay.
Mineral.
How many drones we got? 80? Cool.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack.
Okay. Shit!
You're under attack. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro.
Uh-oh.
You're under attack. Just go kill them. Creep
So you can actually drop specific areas like that?
Your forces are under attack. Creep tumor under attack.
Oh my god, that's like 14 fucking immortals.
Mineral patch just went kaput.
It's like if you've got
You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro.
if you've got
Under attack.
enough if you've got your Viper up fast enough, it's probably okay, right? But short of that, I was like building roaches to buffer because that's normally part of the thing that you do. Definitely not helpful against 14 immortals or whatever the fuck that shit was. Well done. You're gonna try to, of course, move those
You're
around.
under attack. Your mutation is finished. And
Got
you're
me.
being attacked. Don't forget to macro.
GG. GG, well played.
Drones under fire.
So let's go back and let's think about this. This is a normal build. The only difference is you want to go straight Hydra Den, straight Lurker Den. But the thing is, if we think about how long does it actually take to get a Hydra built? Don't Hydras take like 30? How long do Hydras take to build? First of all, I have no fucking clue. So 24 seconds for a Hydra build. How long does a Lurker Den take to build? 57. So 24 minus from that takes us down. What's 57 minus 24? It's 37, 33. So 33 takes about 33 seconds. You need to start your Hydras with the Lurker Den starting. Those need to sync up. That's a rule. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So if we think about this, we're going to write this all in the bottom of the Book of Filth, by the way, guys. And that'll be where we kind of record everything today. Oh, shit, I just accidentally opened Spotify. Ah. All right, check it. So this is going to be really interesting, trying to figure out how can we come up with a rule set for getting this out without being a greedy fuck. Obviously, you can't just rush Lurkers off a 3-base build. There's got to be a lot of reactions here for when do I delay the Lurkers and by how much? What causes me to delay those Lurkers? When can I rush the Lurkers as quickly as possible? These are all things that are going to be going through my head, right? And there's going to be a lot of hard, just make tons of Roaches and Ravager responses if I'm under any really heavy aggression. Yeah, Eon Blue's the same as me. Double Robo every game. It's good shit, man. Logic Soldier, thanks 7 months, 3 subs. Scars stealing all of our viewership. Permission to ban her in chat. Please do, mate. Fucking Scarlet. She rated us yesterday for like 1,000 viewers. Good shit. Thanks, Hang and Logic Soldier. Appreciate it, dude. All right. Book of Filth is a publicly viewable document, guys. I know I've been writing macro builds in the bottom. So we're going to start even below those. We're going to start a build architect section. And we're going to make that heading 3. So that's going to show up on the left. So if you guys look at the Book of Filth, just scroll to the left of the outline, click on Build Architect. It'll jump you down here. So we're going to start ZvP Lurker drops. This is our first goal, okay? So basically, we're choosing with this one, and we're going to do some crazy ones, which are much cheesier later. So we'll see exactly what happens. So here we go. Check it out. So what is... We're doing a normal macro build with lurkers rushed opportunistically. Okay, that is the goal. That's kind of the goal we're starting with, right? It was like, let's just get lurker drops, right? With... Let's not go so crazy on the lurkers. 3 to 4 lurkers, 2 dropper lords. That's it. 2 dropper lords. And hitting all 3 mineral lines. So how does this change a normal build? Right? So we're taking baseline standard PVZ and we're saying, okay, what do we need? We need at lair Hydroden. At Hydroden Lurkerden plus 4 Hydras. Right? Move overlords into position well ahead of time. OV speed, that's going to keep a question mark on it because we don't know if we really want to get OV speed. I really like slow overlords. Depending on the map, you can go slow overlords. Yeah, so there's a really cool thing where especially if your opponent doesn't see it coming, you can bring your overlord in from a sneaky angle as well. This map's not great for it because if you think about it, where I've got to load up, it takes a while to get from here over here. This is a pretty big gap. Likewise, I got to load up all the way up here, and then you get so much ground. On some maps, it's different, but basically, if you think about it, the idea would be if one of the drops with 2 lurkers could come in from here and just go drop a lurker there and then go drop a lurker like there or there. You know, basically drop into 2 bases very quickly after each other, and then the lurkers just run into the mineral lines. On this map, I probably wouldn't do it. Maybe on some of the other maps, I might do it. For now, we're probably going to try to get overlord speed, I would imagine. But if we think about how long does overlord speed take to actually make? Not that long. We can probably start overlord speed as we start morphing lurkers, right? How long does a lurker morph take, by the way? So it's 43 seconds for pneumatized carapace. Lurker morph takes 18 seconds. Yeah, we could start that like as the lurkers are morphing, basically. Cool. So yeah, we do want OV speed. That'll be the standard. We'll have a no OV speed variation, right? Where like you just squeeze 1 slow overlord in with 2 lurkers and that's it. And Blue says, yeah, seriously, what the fuck? A single Phoenix kills those. A lot of players lose their Phoenix. Not every player builds a Phoenix. If they do a build without a Phoenix, or if you're in a position where you can elevate very easily, there's so many maps where this is the case. So look at Acropolis. This is some basic shit, guys. Not that Acropolis! This is some basic shit. You can pick up there, and you're like straight in the base, you know? Their army's down here. They're not focused on that area. And suddenly you've got 2 lurkers and one runs to the main, runs to the natural. And it costs you so much less. If you're literally just doing a 2 lurker drop, slow overlord, this costs you so much less. You guys need to use your brain and actually be flexible. Aeon Blue especially. He's stuck in the EU mindset of only do what the Lord Cyril says. Like, if you guys want to see what Aeon Blue looks like, wasn't it? Yeah. Eon Blue's like one of these guys. Except he's praying to Cyril. He's like, I want Cyril's dick in my mouth. I will do whatever he does. He's just fucking smacking himself with the book. The book of we just written all of Cyril's builds down. He's like, oh no. Yeah, no. Yeah. I definitely think we want to try and be efficient with this, but keeping in mind, so that's the changes. Let's go back to it. Let's stop getting distracted by silly people dominating chat. Changes to normal build, right? So this is it. So what are the key things we're gonna have to be watching for? Okay, so generally we are being greedy on tech, and as such need to catch any aggression as early as possible. Okay, so whoa, block. I don't know what I just did something. Try to put. So what are some things we're gonna do there? Okay, so immediate overseer, scout. Second overlord, always in position to scout gas is gonna be big. Scout natural gases even before that. Yeah. Because you're not gonna be able to be as safe because you're pushing your tech. Need to catch. So in terms of just scouting. High focus on these. Second overlord is in position. Active lings, checking third timing is also going to be big. In terms of economic changes, right? And if we're designing a completely cheesy build, it's going to be different, guys. And I really want you all to give me your opinions on little adjustments or changes you would like to do, and we'll see what happens. Economic changes is obviously going to be faster gases. Now that's vague as shit. What does that mean? I think we're probably just going to do fourth to sixth gases. So fourth, fifth, sixth gases. So normally you go up to 3 gases with your Roach Warren, but when do you go for the other ones? Fourth to sixth gases before saturating third base fully is going to be pretty big. Delayed Evo until Lurker Den. Until Lurker attack, Lurker morph is started. With the initial thing, do we really just want to hit 1 drop? That seems kind of dumb, right? Let's do continual Lurker drops from then onwards. Only back off once they have sick defense in position. If they are counter pushing very aggressively, trickle just 1 to 2 Lurkers across at a time. Basically, there's 2 modes here. They've got sick defense in position. They know they're being dropped. There's 8 Stalkers in the cannon here. There's Phoenix on the other side. They're fucking sitting there on 3 base and they're not going to fucking move out. Fuck you, dirty Zerg player. They're kind of in that mode and you're like, okay, buddy, calm the fuck down, Because this is an important thing you got to remember. Like, even if you're doing a kind of macro cheese, what the fuck is that up there? Oh my God, my camera's like totally off center from where it should be. But even if you are being a sewer pig, right? You got to be flexible. So you got to be flexible and you got to fucking adjust and flow with it. Their defense is solid. Back off the Lurker drops. Speed up into the next step. What does that mean? Vipers, it means, so Hive, right? Hive for Vipers, for Lurker stuff. That's my normal transition. That should be the normal transition off any Lurker build. Get the Lurker upgrades, get Vipers, right? That's gonna win the frontal fight. On the other hand, though, if they're just trying to counter push you and leaving no defense at home, after they've cleaned up the initial Lurkers, well, fuck yeah, you got to get more Lurkers in those mineral lines. Force them all in. Get a Lurker sieged up in 1 or 2 mineral lines. and go, dude, if you're not going to fucking defend the drop that I've already showed you, I'm going to repeat it again. And we're going to make sure that you have 0 economy and you have to kill me with your all-in attack. And as long as I survive on even 3 base, I will be fine. So this is kind of cool. So ZvP Lurker drops off a normal build. Let's add that as well. I feel like this already gives us so much more definition. In terms of, I guess, economic changes should be up here. That makes more sense to me. Okay, so what if we scout some shit, right? You know, big attack coming. Due to higher tech, less economy equals you have to mass roach Ravager even harder than normal to survive. So that's just kind of a general note. I'm reminding myself there that normally I'm going to have maybe more drones, slower economy. So normally I can just overwhelm a push quite easily if I scout it early enough. With this build, if I scout a push of, say, a mortal charge lot off 3 mineral lines, but no gases on the 3rd, so a 55 to 60 probe, zealot arc on a mortal timing attack. If I scout something like that, you know, it's going to be interesting to kind of see, because I actually will need to keep building Roach Ravager for a while and commit a bit harder. It's just really making sure I respect it and realize, hey, this is stronger than normal because I'm not playing as safe as normal. I've already got my Lurker Den down. I started Overlord speed. Fuck, cancel OV speed. Make more fucking Ravagers right now. Wait until we defend this attack before squeezing those Lurkers out, right? And that's something I've really got to remind myself. Potentially static defense. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the minerals for it, obviously I prefer Roach Ravager. It's more mobile. But we'll see how we go. Sure says you need a contingency. If they decide to just all in you instead of reacting. So if they move straight across the map with a big push, that's a good point. That is a good point. You know, you should. Oh, like, okay, I'm going for my Lurkers. Doop, doop, doop. That's kind of what we talked about there, though. If we scout it, we are just pausing the Lurker production completely. I guess we should be more specific. Cancel. We're going to cancel any Hydra upgrades that we were trying to get. Focus on Roach Ravager. So it's only Roaches, Ravagers, and Lurkers to start. What do you say? Bring it, fucker. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, guys. We're going to have to make sure Hydra upgrades really aren't important. So we'll do another review at the end of this game, but I think we got enough to focus on for now, which is let's just be really tight on the scouting, and let's just be really tight on immediately going for the Hydra Den. Well, you just fucked your build, buddy. Be funny if he still does it. Interesting. Anyways, okay, so yeah, minimal downtime on Hydra Den into Lurkers. Let's try and do that, and let's try and get those 2 Overlords in position as quickly as possible. So this guy's going to go up here straight away, actually. Because like I was talking about, we want to have a second Overlord in position, because I need my scouting to be like top-notch to scout those gases a little later. If it's a Phoenix build, he's actually going to chill the fuck out. But, dude, you can mine now. Come on, calm the fuck down. Calm down, mate. Cybercore finished? Yeah. Third base, 4th base, 5th base.
Queen complete. Your queen's ready to vomit larvae.
Interesting. Like, what are you doing, buddy? It's a little bit little bit sloppy. Talking about cannon rushes, you're canceling pylons before they need to be. Yeah, focus, mate. It's cool. Focus on my build more than anything.
Your forces are under attack.
Hello. You say hello, and I say get dicked. Get dicked, get dicked.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack.
So we're going to sixlings because we saw an adept, and in the previous game he sent it straight across the map. So I'm kind of like, he might do that again. For now, this is just a very standard PvZ opening. We know it's an oracle, so we're going to build a spore crawler up here.
Evolution
We've got
complete.
2 dudes here to defend. We'll build a spore on that third very quickly.
Your forces are under attack.
Lings can go across. This guy's going to come in and just check the gases, like I said. Need to scout those about 4:45 or so. And we can go 2 more queens. And we can go, okay, let's get dudes there, one on the
You're under
watchtower.
attack. Just go kill them.
Let's put that a bit further out, shall we? And we do see both gases. They're not mining yet, but it's pretty normal for them to not actually be up and running just yet.
You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro.
And okay, that stalk is going to back off. So around now, you want to go Roach Warren and gases just for safety. And we want to make sure we always get that layer started probably a little bit early with this build. This one I think was a bit later, so I was a little bit more worried about what he might be throwing my way.
Your creep tumor is under attack. The world just became a little less purple.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yep. I don't know when that Roach one's gonna finish,
Don't forget to macro.
but there we go. So we're gonna build roaches just for safety. It's like that standard safety thing that you just do every game. Looks like he's only got
Your forces are under attack.
So notice we will try to get a 4th, but it's more about, hey, we've got to finish saturating these bases, right? Remember I said we were going to try to make an overseer. We are trying to do that. We've also got to remember to go... You can go there,
You're under
you
attack.
can go out there,
Just go kill them.
and immediate Lurker den.
Keep those creep tumors alive. Creep is the red carpet of the Zerg world.
Okay, so we don't actually know what the fuck is going on right now, which is rough. I gotta see if he's actually... actually droning his
Creep
base or
tumor
not.
under attack.
So we're looking for probes.
Keep those creep
Okay.
tumors alive.
It's a probe count. It's not a lot of probes
But you're
though.
under attack.
Yeah. Okay. Well done.
You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Upgrade complete. Your forces are under attack.
Okay. Well done. It's a very sneaky attack.
You're under attack.
It's very hard to understand what he's going for, but obviously, this is naturally what you're gonna
Don't mean to interrupt.
kind of just
but
run
you're
into when you're first learning a build order. Is just very hard to do. Apparently, the OV speed
Your forces
never
are
actually
under
worked. Okay, you can go there, you can go there. Okay. Fantastic. Alright. You're gonna go there, you guys are gonna go up there. Try to not get run down, try to create some distraction. Let's try to get some other stuff going behind this as well. Let's get those gases. Let's get that.
Evolution complete. Your queen mineral patch. Queen complete.
Alright. I feel like lurkers are even faster than these
Mineral
units.
field depleted.
Alright, behind this drop, what are we doing, guys? Well, we see no fourth base, so we've got to be careful, which we have not been at all. This guy's going to try to buy time. Thankfully, he's not microing.
Punish the enemy attacking your base. You're under attack. Just go kill them. Mutation complete. Evolution complete. Mineral field depleted.
Okay, keep trying to do it. Meanwhile, keep upgrading. Keep trying to continue our quest to not get dicked, but also to keep some form of rhythm, some form of focus on just keeping those lurker drops going, which is obviously one of the hardest things to just kind of remind ourselves to do. Keep spreading creep in the midst of it. We still want to work towards a macro game. And obviously this is just very fucking difficult. And this is always the case. When you opt to do builds like this, oof, it's always harder. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you're gonna go there. Those two, oh man, this supply block's so brutal.
Creep tumor under attack.
Alright, we're making 10 lurkers right now.
Attacked. Don't forget to macro. Mineral field, your creep tumor is under attack. The world just became a little less purple. Mineral field empty. Sacrifice those workers to free up supply. I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack! Mineral field depleted. Your forces are under attack. I don't mean to interrupt.
Where you at, boy?
You're under attack. Creep tumor under attack. Your
So
drone
we're just gonna
doesn't
keep
have
doing that.
space to grow.
Yeah, this being so delayed really sucked, of course.
A mineral patch just went kaput. They're attacking your base. Start freaking out. Your mutation is... Oh no, our base is under attack. How'd this happen? Your forces are under attack. You're under attack. Just go kill them.
Alright, can we please get the upgrades?
You're being attacked.
They're on the
Don't
way.
forget to macro. Oh No, our base is under attack. How'd this happen? They're attacking your base. Your forces are under attack. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Your base is under attack. Your drones are under attack. I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack! You're under attack! Lift off! Burrow! Warp elsewhere! You're under attack. Upgrade complete. Let's go kill them. Your Zerg claws now have sharper veneers. Your forces are under attack. Your drones.
Yes, you can kind of get this rhythm of just dropping and dropping and dropping, but you've got to not let yourself get pushed too far back. So this is going to be a really good replay to watch this one and kind of see. Obviously, that first attack on the left was completely warped in. You've got to remember that can happen. They don't have to just move out. They can actually just warp in off a bunch of gateways, and I was very slow to scout, wasn't I? So we've got to remember, as that Hydra Den starts, overseer scout at the same time. Very slow to start that, okay? We also were talking about the layer timing, and how that should probably be sped up in general. Gives me earlier scouting, allows me to get faster lurkers. Let's iron out those two things. So, even versus Stargate build, I think we should probably be skipping that extra queen there and just going straight for layer in the main with the first 100 gas. What do you guys think? About 420, I would probably want to go for it, I think. Like, I don't want to get it this early. Obviously, I want to get spores and drones and drones and drones. But I think from about 420, trade out 5th queen. Yeah. So normally I go for a 5th queen. So what we're going to do as well, changes to normal build, economic changes, delayed evo. Okay, cool. So we can also go like, okay, versus Stargate, about 420, delay, swap out a 5th queen for a faster, for a layer, right? And then we want to make sure, as that Hydra Den plus Overseer, that's going to be the change at the same time. That's going to make a big difference, because then we can see what's happening. What's up? You need a contingency. Okay, in theory, says BG Source King. What are the benefits of this over Baneling drops? Well, I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, the Lurkers are a splash damage unit that's invisible, and it does sustain damage. A Baneling can only hit so many things. So a Baneling drop, while powerful, if they simply spread their workers out, does no damage, right? Kills a couple probes, that's it. You burrow a Lurker, they need to get both detection and damage to that point, right? And there's no spread, drops done, it's done, right? So obviously it's a much harder thing to deal with. It's also something that can keep running in and hitting multiple areas from multiple points. So yeah, a Baneling drop is a one-off, right? Even if you go 3 Banelings, 2 Zerglings, which can do a bit more sustained damage, there's a big difference between those two. Yeah. Oh, we're playing customs, guys. We're going to be playing customs all day today. Alright, wanted to include you guys in this as much as possible. So now that we've had a few games, we're starting to get a build under us. I'm looking here. Bane drops are cheaper and more effective, says Source King. I just feel like that. They can be. They're definitely cheaper. If you've got Baneling tech, it's a very different thing. There is a lot of different ways to play StarCraft. We can spend hours talking about how something else is good, but until you've had 3 Lurker drops hit your mineral lines simultaneously and not being completely prepared for it, you really will not understand the absolute fucking brutal pounding to your Protoss buttocks that Lurker drops can actually cause. They are incredibly powerful, and you know, obviously we're playing against a player who knows they're coming with the build order we've just started using, you know. So please let's not waste too much time talking about that. about like, oh, shouldn't we just do this other thing? We can definitely seek to understand the build better, what its strengths are. But yeah, this is just such a harder thing to deal with. It's much more.
Your forces are under attack.
We're going to be doing many suboptimal styles today that are nonetheless really fucking good, and if you actually learn how to play them properly, you would win all your ladder games. And this is the reason I wanted to do today's stream. Things like going more Marauder Hellbat heavy, most Zergs will just fucking die too. Why don't Terrans do it? Because they've never seen a pro do it. And I think this is something where the StarCraft community is still got some players who are very creative, but I think there's a large section, the ones who watch streams, who are watching tournaments, who really, they're just not experimenting as much as they once did. Maybe that's just a feeling for me, but I think there's too many people out there who aren't creating their own builds. They're just doing the most stock standard thing, and their opponent's doing the most stock standard thing, and neither of them really understand how to deal with the other 1,000 options that are out there. And they're not forcing each other to understand it. And instead they're getting angry when they play someone who plays the game different, because they're not putting themselves into these different zones where they're forced to experiment and learn to understand different build orders and different styles. So this is, you know, it's one of those things where I think, don't get me wrong, at the peak performance, going Biomine is probably better than going 2 Tech Lab Marauder with your Marines and adding Hellbats instead of mines. But the reason is, you know, the Zerg needs to do a big adjustment in how they take engagements, in the composition. They need more Banelings, less Zerglings against the Hellbats, but they need more Zerglings, less Banelings versus the Marauders. You create this awkward situation where they need to micro their engagements just right. They need to understand that, you know, the lack of anti-air suddenly becomes a big problem where good muta micro can pick it. There's so many cool, interesting things. Same here with the Lurkers, right? So there's a lot of things to focus on. Okay, I should have scouted earlier and I should have realized what was happening with that push. We lost about 20 workers to it. That was really bad. Let's remember to have a little bit better coverage with our Zergling patterns on the edges of the map. That's just fundamental stuff. We also, of course, like I said, could have had an Overseer in. If we got an Overseer in pre-630, say we got one in about now, 620, we'd be like, ooh, that's 6 gateways. Okay, I gotta watch out. Let's build some more roaches, right? And even if I just built 10 more roaches here, instead of the next 10 drones, that would have been great. But instead I'm like, oh, no, like there's nothing coming my way. I've got 11 roaches. Fine, we're fine. And then I was like, oh, where the fuck did this come from, you know? I was like, ah! I'm investing in Overlords. I thought I'd started Overlord speed, but I must have misclicked it. You know, I start building Hydras and putting Overlords in position. I needed to deal with this, then go into the Lurker drops, and this would have been a much smoother game for me. But we took epic damage here. Epic damage. Yep. Yeah. So really nice damage. He definitely could have macroed smoother behind it, but way too many drones fell there, and we were behind from that point. From there, I think we could have done a better job of... I think you got to build a trigger here within the play, which is as you morph, as your Lurkers load up to go in, you should be building 2 Hydras. Shift click there, shift click there. Build 2 Hydras, shift click here, so that once you've unloaded, you could even queue the Overlords back to the original staging point, pick up the new Lurkers, go again. And that would be fucking epic. And then we can just keep a stream of it. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're super pro, you can do hot pickup micro. Oh, they come to deal with it. Uproot the Lurker, pick it up, drop it down here. You can do that stuff. But for now, figuring out a more automated version, that's going to be awesome. So, this is going to be fun. So, let's do some more general notes here. As loading Lurkers, make more Hydras, non-control grouped, and rally to staging zones. So the staging zones are those areas where you're going to be picking up and coming in from the flanks of the map with the drops, and it would be awesome. Yeah. So there's definitely something to be learnt from copying pro builds, but I think you just people should be more willing to go out on their own and try some crazy shit they just thought of, or to, you know, make a big adjustment to a pro build and really change it in a drastic way. I think these could all be really good. Can you do this on Zen? I'm curious how it will go when going through a map that feels harder to get to the main mineral line. Zen's fucking broken, Armchair General. I think it would be 1,000 times more effective because it's so hard for people to move around that map. I feel like any sort of weird drop harassment on that is incredible. Obviously, you can't get to the main mineral line as quickly. You can't really do that on Triton very easily either. So I think, yeah, you want to do that. Yeah, no problem, mate. Thank you so much. One last one. Let's go. Okay. So one last game. He says, look, I'm trying to ignore the fact that I know it's coming, but obviously I'm not perfect. Yeah, I mean, we can play Zen, I guess. Zen's a bit fucking weird. Do we want to do Zen? Because it's such an odd map, you know? Maybe. Ephemeron, maybe. I think he says, please no Zen. I'm already struggling with Protoss. That's what I figured. I was like, yeah, let's not do that. I'm like, Zen would be too weird for Protoss to wall off and stuff. He might fuck his build up too hard. So we'll go here. Yeah, it's a relevant thought, Armchair General, but like you were saying, I think it would be harder on Zen. I think it would be easier on Zen. I think Zen would be like easier for the Protoss to just get thrown into the chaos zone of fuck. It's hard to get back into your main base on Zen, man. Moving around that map is one of the most awkward things. So the fact that you can come into that main base is like, yeah, and do some good stuff. You can also burrow a lurker on production. It doesn't just have to be workers. Especially if there's a bunch of like pylons in a row or depots and you actually line it up so it's shooting like 5 buildings at once. Lurkers can burn buildings down pretty quickly, guys. So anyways, first Overlord there. Let's try and have a nice clean build order. This is of course a new kind of format of stream for me, so it's a little bit just different getting used to this kind of rhythm of like, I want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to my practice partner. I want to be really methodically writing notes down and thinking about it from different aspects. But I don't know. We're going to just see how this comes out. This is going to be a work in progress. It's going to take a while to get right. I don't expect myself to be straight off the bat very clean on it. That drone should have gone down there a lot earlier, of course, guys. But we are going to take a nice quick gas. We accidentally built one extra drone, which is a shame. 17 hatch is actually still completely fine and efficient. It's just something you shouldn't be doing on a small map like this. Once again, you know, he's got Cyril's book and he's slapping himself in the face with it. He's like, ah, need to do what Cyril does, need to do what Cyril does. To be fair, he's actually been actively trying to compete a lot more recently than me, so I can understand him being a bit more up to date with the current trends. But, yeah. Alright. This is a small map, guys. Let's remember to get that scouting in position. This Overlord's gonna go down there, be ready to scout those gases. So it's kind of cool, even just by doing this build and trying to make this like out there build order work, it is forcing me to be a little bit safer, isn't it? Like I'm being a little bit better at my scouting. Okay. Okay, we gotta build more lings. 100%. We will of course get the third queen in the main in this scenario. And
Queen complete. You're under attack. Just go kill.
I was like, I know that Stalker's gonna come out here, so my Overlord's gonna be the one to scout this game.
You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro.
I'm fine with that. That's gonna be Oracle first.
Evolution complete. Your Zerg are now almost as evolved. I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack.
Shit.
Your forces are under attack. Queen's ready to vomit larvae.
Yeah, your build order is always a lot worse in this scenario where you've kind of screwed up on the placement just a little bit. But I think we should be okay.
Queen complete, ready to creep.
That quick lair is going to go down in a sec. There we go. A few more drones first, right? And now we can make that lair. Alright, so I don't have any lings right now, which is, in hindsight, a bit greedy. But you know what? It's not going to be perfect, is it? And those lings are going to go across. This overlord should have already started coming in, but that's alright. Let's get the second and third gas geysers there.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack! You're under attack. Just go kill them.
Shit. So there was no reason for me to be out there just then. Obviously, he's gone quite a few more dudes than he normally does.
You're being attacked. Under attack. Don't forget to macro.
Oh, we just built lings. Fuck.
Your forces are under attack.
Thankfully, he's not shading those adepts in. Okay. Overseer goes there.
Your queen's ready to vomit larvae. Keep those creep tumors alive. Creep is the red carpet of the Zerg world. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. You're under attack. Just go kill them.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's really hard after we make a mistake like that. I still don't know how these lings are just incapable of surrounding those adepts. They moved them to their location like 3 times. Apparently I'm very bad at aiming.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack!
Fuck. That's my Lurker morph.
Evolution complete.
So the earlier mistake just cost me so huge, guys. So now we're just going to have to go for a little bit of a different style. It's going to be very delayed on the thingamajig. Lots of overlords. We've got +1 on the way. That can go over there. Okay, cool.
Queen complete. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Your Zerg claws now have sharper veneers.
All right, a few more drones.
Mineral field depleted. You're under attack. Just go kill them. Oh no, our base
Alright,
is
so obviously we're speeding up the upgrades. So there are situations where you get delayed, and you're just gonna have to be like, well, we'll still try to drop, but...
I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack! Evolution complete. A mineral patch just went kaput. Your forces are under attack. Mutation complete. I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack.
Apparently they both unloaded there? That was not meant to happen. Oh well.
You're under attack. Just go kill them. Mineral field empty. Sacrifice.
So we've got
those
2
workers
Vipers,
to
we've
free
got
up
both
supply.
upgrades on the way. We're making as many of these as we can. We should just win this game in just a standard macro sense, I think. But we'll see how it goes. I know he's going to have some insane numbers.
Upgrade complete. Your Zerg claws now have sharper veneers. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. You're under attack. Just go kill them. I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack! Your creep tumor is under attack. The world just became a little less purple. They're attacking your base. Start freaking out!
I thought that was only
Your
a
forces
small
are under
counterattack.
attack. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Oh no, our base is under attack. How'd this happen? Evolution complete. Mutation complete. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Your forces are under attack. Mineral field empty. Sacrifice those workers to free up supply. I don't mean to interrupt. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field empty. Send those workers to a new base. You're under attack. Lift off. Mineral, you're under attack. Elsewhere. Just go kill them. Your forces are under attack. Creep tumor under attack. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Mineral, I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack. You're under attack. Just go kill them. Mineral field depleted. Your base is under attack. You're being attacked. Don't forget to macro. Mineral field empty. Sacrifice those workers to free. You're under attack. Just go kill them. I don't mean to interrupt, but you're under attack. upgrade. Your forces are under attack. Your claws now have sharper veneers. You're under attack. Just go kill them.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, I mean, he's so on top of the early waves, but there's something where if we can kind of smoothly say that didn't work, I still have a solid style, this is okay, I think that's really good, right?
You're being attacked. Don't forget to make complete. Your Zerg claws now have sharper veneers.
Okay, do we have both upgrades? I thought I queued them, but they felt a little bit slow. I think it must have just been the lag then.
Good game.
We're going to start abducting, moving our lurkers around. We had those lurkers got cleaned up. That one got cleaned up. It's doing a great job of cleaning them up. And there's something about just the mental preparedness. So, I mean, the biggest thing with lurker drops is that it's so surprising. Your opponent's going to shit the bed normally. So playing against Neon Blue, who is like so good at handling them, I really do feel, even though he was obviously trying not to just set up to stop the constant lurker drops, because, you know, there's no way you know you're going to play someone who's just continuing to do that over and over again. But it's kind of cool to get this rhythm down, right? Where it's like load up, build more overlords to send location, build more hydras, and I just keep splitting hydras off. Every time I win a battle, my first step, send 2 hydras to each staging point. And as long as I keep doing that, it feels like I just have this insane non-stop lurkers going in and just finding angles, and it's you know, very awkward, of course, for him to find the right thing. He still did an amazing job of pushing into me there early on, and of course shutting them down with like the oracles catching my first hydras as they were leaving the base, because I'd lost my queens, so I could push back the oracles. Was really sloppy. Need to remember to be a bit more careful with the queens, because I'm playing one less queen with a faster layer than normal. I'm gonna have one less queen up front. I've got to be ready to pull my natural and my third injecting queens to the front to help that, and see how that goes. Dude, thank you so much for the help. Some great games. The constant lurker queue ups is actually really fun. For those who don't know, before we move on and finish, because this is going to be like a YouTube video of me learning how to do that, right? This is going to be for the hardcore learners out there who'd like to learn how to learn a new build. Some of you might have noticed I was queuing overlords to drop lurkers in multiple positions, and this is something a lot of people don't know how to do. So the way you do that is in the bottom display bar. There's that wireframe just to the right of Ragnar, under the table that Raynor and Tychus are out here. Normally there's that wireframe at the bottom. You can see what's in the transport. So what I was doing, I was grabbing the overlord. I would say move behind the third mineral line, and then I would shift left click on one of those pictures of the lurkers. So I would say once you get to this point, once you get to that move command, you will unload a lurker, and then I'll shift right click behind the main mineral line, and then tell it to unload there, or just shift drop click behind the main, and that way I would drop a lurker in each location. Unfortunately, you cannot drop them to burrow, and that's something I have a lot of problems with. If I lose control of the game and I'm getting hit by zealot backstabs, sometimes I look back, I go, those lurkers must have killed a lot. I look back and they're standing next to a mineral line, not burrowed, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to go back and burrow them. So you can queue them to unload multiple areas. I do this with Widow Mines quite a bit. I do this with lurkers and sometimes some other units. Yeah, it's a fun thing. So there have been times where there's a game which is really messy, and I've actually gone and done stuff like, oh, let's drop 1 hydra in this mineral line, 1 hydra in that mineral line, 1 hydra in another. And because I know my opponent's so focused on the push, and I'm just trying to survive. We're in this crazy long micro battle, but I know if I find this just a couple of seconds to put a bit of damage in each of his mineral lines, either number 1, it pulls his attention away, or number 2, he doesn't notice. And each one of those hydras kills 10 to 15 workers. And I've had games that I've won because of that, where a single drop-a-lord or a single medevac with marines gets marines in 3 different mineral lines and kills like literally 50 to 60 workers. So it's kind of funny when you identify that point where you're both kind of tunnel visioned on a fight and locked in this battle for the death, and you're like, wait, even if this fight doesn't go that great for me, I'm gonna fucking ruin you at home. So cool to see. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed something from this. This is the very first build on the Build Architect stream. We're going to keep doing some more. But for those of you on YouTube, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.